when they tell you to cover yourself. Listen. Listen when they tell you to cover your head. Tell you, don't make up, don't use perfumes, don't wear nice wigs, don't wear dresses that exposes you. Wear long gowns always. Don't wear trousers as female. Don't talk to some group of people because they are sinners, or one of your relatives or neighbors is behind your problems, and so many other deceptive moral standards they talk to you about. It is not always about morality. Look deeper. They are not protecting your soul. They are managing your light. They are saying, dim it. Reduce it. Don't shine too much. Don't remind us of what we are not, because your light is an accusation. Your confidence exposes their insecurity. Your clarity disturbs their confusion. Your growth threatens their control. So they wrap control in holiness and call it virtue. They say, be humble. But what they mean is, be invisible. They say, be modest. But what they mean is, don't outshine us. They say, submit. But what they mean is, stay beneath us, and you, Jew, obey. Not because it is true, but because it is repeated. Listen carefully. In many systems, no one is allowed to rise beyond the head. No one is allowed to prosper beyond the originator. Because the structure is not designed for growth, it is designed for control. That is why the ladder has a ceiling. That is why the blessings have boundaries. That is why the same voices stay on top for decades. And you call it order. But it is limitation. Shu, kneel. Yo, give. You, ser. You sacrifice. And in return, you are told to wait. Wait for your time. Wait for your turn. Wait for heaven. But tell me, who among them has gone there and returned with proof? Yet they sell you fear as if it is certainty. They program you with terror and call it salvation, and you accept it without testing, without questioning, without thinking. And that is where the real problem begins. Because sin is not what you are told. Sin is not your beauty. Sin is not your expression. Sin is not your intelligence. Sin is not your desire to grow. No. Sin is blindness. Sin is ignorance of self. Sin is living a life you did not examine. Sin is agreement without understanding. Sin is obedience without awareness. Sin is fear without evidence. Sin is shrinking when you are meant to expand. The voices they once silenced will begin to speak, and when that happens, their system collapses. Without a war, because control requires ignorance, and ignorance cannot survive awareness. So what is coming is not destruction. It is exposure. It is awakening. It is remembrance. And those who refuse to change, those who cling to control, those who profit from fear, those who build systems that weaken people. They will not be destroyed by force. They will be erased by evolution. They will become irrelevant, forgotten, unnecessary, like darkness in the presence of light. And you, yes, you listening, you must decide. Will you remain small to protect the system? Or will you rise and discover yourself? Will you continue to obey blindly? Or will you begin to think clearly? Will you trade your future for comfort? Or will you endure truth and become powerful? Because the time is coming. No, the time is already here, where only the awakened will thrive, only the prepared will rise, where only the thinkers will lead, where only the self-aware will be free, and the rest will watch, confused, left behind by a world they refuse to understand. So I ask you again, when they tell you to cover yourself, will you obey? Or will you finally see? Midnight confession of how. Say these words tonight before you sleep. These words will crack open the veil of darkness, covering your divine self and bring you to prosperity. How to make it work, this is the real secret. Say it at night, quiet and vibrant, slowly, with pauses, standing or sitting upright authority posture. Repeat 3 times. This turns it from words to conditioning and to identity with wealth. Now say, I see beyond illusion, and nothing controls my mind. I reclaim my power, my path, and my purposefully and without permission. I align with truth, and everything that is not meant for me falls away. I rise in clarity, in discipline, and in unstoppable force. From this moment, reality bends to my awareness, and I walk as one who knows.